Hi, I'm Dr. Sabine Wünschmann. I'm a holistic obstetrician and gynecologist. Welcome for today's little talk. I would like to take the opportunity today to talk about the endocrine system, which is obviously very dear to me, being a gynecologist and being very passionate about the hormonal balance. And you might wonder, why do I sit next to this wonderful chef who's Esco Essence, who's a plant-based holistic chef, very amazing knowledge. And what has the chef to do with a gynecologist? But let me tell you, the gynecologist, me, being so passionate about the hormonal health, it's all in our food. This is such an important tool that we have on our hands, on our daily hands in the kitchen, to actually provide our body the nutrients that the body needs to build the hormones. Because the hormones are not something that are floating around readily available on a daily basis. They are in a constant biofeedback with the brain, the gut, and the endocrine end organs, like the pancreas, the ovaries, and the adrenal glands, the thyroid, the thymus. These are all the endocrine organs that we have in our body. And it's very important that we actually feed our body with food that actually helps the body to produce the hormones in the right way. And I would like to know from you, Esco, with your amazing experience, what are the foods that we can actually give ourselves that will help and support, let's say, the serotonin. As we all know, serotonin is one hormone that is highly important for the happiness, for the balance of our positive outlook in life. And the biggest site of serotonin is produced in the gut. So obviously it's important that we feed our gut the right food so that it can then translate into serotonin. What would that be, for example? We have now the kitchen and we need to address our serotonin.
So first we have to go to the nature or to the grocery store to get the ingredients so we can prepare our food. But it can be something very simple, like example bananas. Mm-hmm. When you would pick them up from the tree, they are green. So they will convert their own starch into more simple sugars, and among with the amino acids like tryptophan in there, they become more assimilable. When the banana becomes ripe and a little bit brownish outside and yellow, then it's ready to be eaten. Mm-hmm. It's a ripe fruit. And then when you eat the banana, you will get some amino acids called tryptophan from that. And the tryptophan is what you can metabolize then into serotonin. And this is what makes it really good source of getting that good feeling. And it's really easy to digest actually.
And the banana is the main source, or are there other
Not
foods?
necessarily. Tryptophan you can find in many other foods as well, like walnuts is a great source. I would suggest first to soak them overnight and then eat them. They taste fresh and it's more easily absorbable from the walnuts, the tryptophan. Mm-hmm. And cacao is also highly important food. Cacao is sacred food from the South America, from the Incas and Mayas, and all of them, kind of use that a lot, and it has also tryptophan inside.
So wonderful. You see, now with a very, very simple little advice, we can actually provide our body with, in a very functional way, to increase our own serotonin. So that's wonderful. And what are the other hormones? I mean, what are the foods, for example, that would support the thyroid? Or that would support the adrenal glands? I mean, the thyroid. I mean, there's this outbreak of autoimmune disease, and everybody's having Hashimoto now. So this is almost like the new boyfriend of our times. I have Hashimoto. So they have an autoimmune disease, which means that their own immune system works against their thyroid. So, and the person that found it and made this as a disease is called Hashimoto. That's why it's called the Hashimoto autoimmune thyroid dysfunction. So there must be something that we can do for our thyroid rather than popping thyroid pills.
Yeah.
Because very often, with Hashimoto, you have a balanced thyroid hormone, TSH, and there's nothing really very much of concern, but you have the high antibodies. So what, in your opinion, is really a food that can support the thyroid?
Yes, thank you, Sabina. I think thyroid is one of the most important glands in our body as well. Like the thyroid and parathyroid are basically, as far as I understand, it's kind of the place where these hormones are made and put into action that will like regulate all the other systems like from here below, like the hunger, and when you feel that you have fulfilled yourself, and you know the temperatures and many other things, it's regulating on daily basis. So when the thyroid becomes a little bit dysfunctional, is probably often caused by also nutritional choices we make. So if we don't eat some certain foods that provide certain nutrients that are highly important for the healthy functioning of the thyroid, like you might be lacking selenium, example, that you can get from the Brazil nuts. So you could eat one Brazil nut a day to give you the sufficient quantity instead of a pill of extra selenium or other what they give for the thyroid functioning. So you could, with healthcare professional, follow the functioning of the thyroid and start implementing a little bit some foods that can help to alleviate and increase the functioning of the thyroid. Like the Brazil nut is a great source of the selenium, just one a day.
It's beautiful, very good.
And then there is this maca root, which is ginseng from Peru, which is root that has a really high concentration of some alkaloids that are really helping the thyroid and other hormones in our body to function. So it helps the center to regulate the hormones.
What about zinc?
Zinc also very important. Plays a role in digesting and metabolizing some of the essential fatty acids. If you take the seeds of linseed or pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, that has high content of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, example, these must be converted in the body first into DHA and EPA, that are more metabolized versions of fatty acids with the help of the zinc. So the zinc will help to digest some of. So it's really important to have all the nutrients available in the body, because you might feel constantly hungry and your thyroid is not telling you to stop eating because you are lacking something. So there's some foods that you really need to eat in the whole food form, that you get all the nutrients to your body so it can start working on daily basis and be stable.
That's so true. I mean, for me as a gynecologist, I'm very often faced with estrogen dominance or with too low progesterone, and these are really some hormone imbalances that are really very, very common. And from what I always recommend and see is that one of the very amazing sources of helping metabolizing the estrogens and really trying to get rid of them and for them to leave the body in a very healthy and safe way are crucifers. And the crucifers, as in broccoli, what else would you suggest?
Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and cabbage, onion, garlic, leeks, spring onions. All of them are cruciferous vegetables, and they have some enzymes that activate the liver.
The methylation,
Exactly, the detoxification, metabolization of the liver, because the liver is doing the detoxification like we said earlier. So really to help the liver just to do its work more easily.
And you think it would be better to actually sprout broccoli seeds or to actually eat the broccoli?
I would say you need a little bit both. It would be good to eat occasionally when you find broccoli sprouts or till you learn to cultivate them yourself. Also, you should have a certain quantity of it. You would not overeat yourself or have a huge plate of broccoli sprouts. You would have a little bit. They are so rich in nutrients that, to get the medicinal benefits from this, you would not overeat them. You would have like a little bit and wait again the hunger to return, to really feel the food. Because it's not only that we eat the foods, it's good that we are feeling good when we eat it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this helps the process of digestion, assimilation, elimination.
So important. And also to have the hormones in balance and to be able to to eliminate the hormone safely, and especially with progesterone. I mean, progesterone is the hormone that, nature gives up the first thing that it economizes in hormone imbalance when there is, too much stress going on, too much cortisol needed. So the first thing the body says, okay, let's step back, we need to focus on the cortisol, and that's then the progesterone. So a lot of women, they have low progesterone. And to supplement the progesterone is giving them a hormone. So what would be a food that really helps the progesterone go up? I mean, wild yam is...
I would not say that there is one food only that gives. It's more that if you eat in the whole plant-based way, you're going to get so many nutrients from the nature that your body is completely fulfilled with them. And then, it continues to process all the time. It's when it slows down that, it gets complicated and it's difficult to make hormonal balance. But if you are feeling satisfied and fulfilled, and you are not gaining excess, like your thyroid example is working and stabilized. So, your weight is normalized, you feel really, really good on daily basis.
So your advice is really always to be plant-based and to be whole food and to have the the right amount of nutrients on a daily basis available to your body, so that actually the body can pick from where it's needed and then can build the necessary hormones, because as we said, the hormones are something, they're produced on a daily basis depending on the biofeedback and the need that the body has. That is wonderful, and I think that is really making also a circle for us to understand that we are actually in charge, and we have the possibility to provide these nutrients to our body if we just choose the right foods and the right nutrients, and the way we prepare them and the way we eat them. That's been really very helpful. Thank you very much, Esco, for sharing this knowledge, and I'll be looking forward to hear more from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabine.
Thank you.